Hey there, it's Michael Greenwood. So for this video, I'm going to be running through 5 tips to help you with your content marketing for your business, for a project that you might be working on if you're an entrepreneur, micro business owner, small business owner. So this is my guide to 5 things that you can do to improve your video content, your content marketing strategy as well, and your general content marketing. So this can help you with your SEO, it can help you with social media, it can help you to promote your business, generate more leads for your business, brand awareness, etc., etc. So let's get started with this. Just wanted to make it a really relatively quick video. So tip number 1 is to start before you're actually ready. So I read a book called Ready, Fire, Aim, and the premise was that you want to have an idea and then take it to market, see if there's product market fit, or put a bit of content out there, see if it works. Don't just run one ad with one piece of creative and one bit of copy. Create a bunch of different variations, permutations, and that kind of thing. So it's all about volume. Even if you're sacrificing production quality, you want volume of assets, and don't procrastinate. Don't get analysis paralysis where you're not launching something and all that kind of thing. And depending on if you work for a big organization with bureaucracy and red tape, that can be incredibly difficult because you've got different stakeholders holders and things like that to sign things off. And sometimes a piece of content can be something like 6 months before it goes live. So the thing is, if you're a small business owner, then you're much more likely to have less of the that kind of thing, less of the corporate, and you can get things out really quickly. And that's how us as small business owners can really kind of attack the bigger companies, because you can get volume of content out, even though on the flip side you might not have the budget to put the volume of content out, but the thinking is there, because there's still I think in the corporate in a lot of the corporate companies, there's the kind of old school way of thinking of oh yeah, let's we create one video and that's it, and it's going to take 1 year to produce it, and it's got to be the highest production value and things like that. So I'm talking about volume of getting content out there with this process. So remember that perfection is the enemy of progress. So this idea of perfection, it's almost like a form of neurosis, when you're going for perfectionism, really. So don't wait for this perfect strategy before you get started, or that camera that's coming out next month or something. Oh, once I get a new camera, I'm going to be able to get some better production value and stuff like that. It's not about that. It's about getting an idea out to market, so people can see it, and then you can get that feedback loop going on. And even if you get no views on it, I mean, even that is feedback in itself. So just make a start on it. Don't wait for that perfect scenario or situation or strategy, because clarity comes through actually taking action. So that's number 1. Start before you're even ready, basically. Now, number 2 is focus on value, not trying to go for that get a viral video or anything like that. So just focus on actually adding value to people's lives. Yeah, so it might be business owners' lives. Maybe they've got an issue with following up with leads. Maybe they're getting enough leads in, they're not converting. Whatever your business is, you can add value by giving advice, tips, educational content. You can have some humor in there as well. Put some charisma in there so people will watch the videos as well. But yeah, focusing on value is like one of the most important things in content. So look at for example, things like solving real problems for your audience. So when you're looking at working with a particular type of customer, they'll be in your ICP, so ideal customer profile. And what are the two or three problems that they all face? So, like roofing companies, what are the two problems that roofing companies tend to face in their business? And have you got a solution which is a good product market fit to help them to solve that problem? Can you give them some free advice, some free training? I'm a big believer in not working for free. Well, you can when you first start, but not working for free now when you're more established, but actually putting out free training. I'm a big believer in putting out free training because it can build trust because you're being authentic and genuinely helpful. And also that's where LTV comes from as well. So lifetime value of a customer. It's about when you add in long term value. It's kind of beating trying to go for that virality, that short term hype of content and things like that. So just concentrate on adding value. So educational content is really a good way of doing that. Depending on your niche, that might have been done, but you're still adding your twist to it. You're still adding your personality, still adding your charisma, still doing it in your way. You maybe explain it in a slightly different way and all that kind of thing. Or maybe you have got a blue ocean in with your business, and it's not been done in that way before. Maybe there's a solution to that problem out there, but it's all been done in written content in a blog, and it's not been done in the format of video. Then you've got a blue ocean, which is good. Right, so that's the second point. That's focus on value, not virality. Number three is be consistent with your content. Not necessarily. I think one of the things that I see a lot is a business owner will make a decision that they want to do content. They'll have a bunch of content filmed. They'll put it out every day or a few times a day, and then they'll stop. And it's the same thing with SEO. You do some SEO to your website. You think it's a silver bullet. You think it's you think you're going to be able to do something once, and it's going to have like a residual results forever, but it's just not the case. It's a constant thing. To cut through the noise on social media, you want to create lots of videos. And what are the kind of objections or barriers or self-limiting beliefs that I hear from some prospective clients is, Michael, we've only got so much content we can do, but there's actually loads of content. And if ideation is the barrier, then speak to somebody like me. We can come up with different types of content ideas and stuff like that, different angles, different perspectives, and that kind of thing. So there's really like no limits on the amount of content you can have, and it really is a self-limiting belief to think, oh, we'll just do this content, then we'll stop, and then that job's done, and then we move on to something else. I think a video content strategy in general is something that you do again and again. Consistency builds credibility. So that's the thing. Being out there, so people can see that you exist. Somebody's not going to be able to raise their hand and show interest if they're not even aware of that your business exists, that you exist, and so personal branding, very important, very important that you're consistent, and if you're going to be on camera in your business, that you're showing up on camera as well, or different people in your team and stuff like that. But I think the businesses that business owners that aren't willing to be in front of camera, I think they're going to be left behind, really. So you're looking at creating a sustainable publishing rhythm. So you're publishing consistently, like same time every day, multiple times a day if you can, depending on the platform. And this idea of it's saturated, or my competitors are doing it, so there's no point, or let's do something else. It's just make a start. Just make a start on it, and just put the content out there. Basically, just do it. Yeah. So that's be consistent with your content. So just start it and don't stop, basically. And then fourth one is repurpose everything. So I'd say I were in a business group a few years ago. I was doing a bit of filming, some testimonials, and the advice there was the presenter was telling everybody which social media their business should be on based on the ICP and everything. And it was something like, oh, company A, you should be on LinkedIn because that's where your customers are. Oh, company B, you should be on Facebook. That's where your customers are. You should be on X or whatever. It might have been still been Twitter back then. What I would say to that is you should be on everything. You should be on, at least, as many social media platforms as you can be, and then repurpose slightly for that social network, basically. Don't just restrict it to one. So I'd say just create the content once, but then repurpose it. Turn one idea as well into a blog. So in terms of SEO, what I always said was the best way of doing SEO is to actually interview an expert on camera. And then you can extract the audio, make that into blog content, put the video on there as well, create a PDF from it, create an infographic from it. And you can repurpose it so well as well into different content. You can make emails from it, to speak to your ICP, talking about the pain points, talking about different hooks and all that kind of thing, different stories. Social media posts can come from the blog and everything. So repurpose absolutely everything. It's not just repurposing is not just taking a video and slightly changing the video for another social network. It's also taking the video into audio, taking it into different formats, images with text on them and stuff like that. And blog content as well. There's all kinds of different things that you can do with content, but you need to have good, solid content. But with me saying good, solid content, don't think that you need to be perfect. So back to the first point: start before you're ready. So just make a start on it. So you can maximize your reach without really doubling your effort or anything like that. If you create content once and then you kind of there's economies of scale with doing that as well. So that's repurpose everything. That's point 4. Point 5, final point then, is track, learn, improve, iterate. So we're using the Ready, Fire, Aim methodology of having an idea, putting it out there, and then course correcting along the way. A bit like a ship's captain. They've got an idea of where they're going, but if there's a storm, they're going to navigate around it. They're not, if they can. So you want to course correct along the way. Use data to see what's working. Put content out there all the time. Double down on your high performing content. If you're running ads and you've got content as creative, so you've got creative in your ads. You might have images, videos, for example. Whatever's getting you lowest cost per lead, you want to double down on that. Basically, if you're running like a CVO campaign in Meta, for example, then it's like just keep putting logs on that fire in terms of your creative, and then also add conversion assets as well, like video testimonials as well. So you've got proof of concept that you can do what you say you're going to do as well. So doubling down on the high performing content, adding accelerants to it like fuel, metaphorically speaking, in the form of video case studies and stuff like that. So you might need to hire somebody like me to create your content, who can do pre-production, production, post-production, help you with distribution as well, run your ads for you as well. But just don't be afraid to tweak and evolve your strategy, and you'll be absolutely fine with that. But just take action. Take action today. I've just recorded this now. I'm not going to edit it. I'm just going to push it out to social media, a really raw video. So you can do the same. Nothing holding you back.